Meditation, intimate experiences with the divine. Meditation, intimate experiences with the divine through contemplative practices. A common sentient series by Sacred Stories Publishing. The quieter you become, the more you're able to hear. Rumi. A time to choose. We find ourselves right now in the age of great transformation, one of the most consequential moments in human history. These are indeed the times that the great prophets and seers throughout the millennia have spoken about. Mankind has experienced and survived many eras of tremendous change, of course, yet with each turn of the spiral, the permutations become more amplified, as if there will be one final revolution of the cycle that turns it all around, so we can start anew once more.
Have you been feeling overwhelmed, stressed, out of balance lately? Do you crave for a pocket of peace and tranquility in your busy life, but you struggle to find the time or space? Then we have the perfect solution for you: Meditation on Wheels. It's an RV sanctuary traveling in the metropolitan Washington D.C. area, offering transformative meditation experiences. It's a movable oasis of calm at your doorstep. Book us today to come to your business, school, government space, or event. Why? We bring the calm to
Om
you.
Shanti, everyone. Welcome to your next normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. I hope you're doing well and you're taking care of your thought process, your thought patterns. You know, I've realized the only reason why I lose my peace is that I'm not thinking right. It's not really because of someone. It's not because this is happening, that's happening. Yes, that is a reality. I'm struggling for finance. I'm struggling in a relationship. I'm struggling with my health maybe. But the thought of struggle is the problem. The health issue is going to happen. I will either use it as a health opportunity or as a, like, why me? Yes, we all have problems in relationships where vibrationally we're not at that level of alignment. And so we think more about what's not working in the relationship instead of what did work, what used to work, or instead of, can I give my good wishes to this soul? It could also be that we use our thoughts to really manipulate or try to control other people. And you know how that has taken us down that road. So right now, 8 billion of us in the world are struggling with our thinking pattern. And we try to go to people, places, things, food, countries, land, scriptures, religion, to try to see if we can fix ourselves. And right now, the world is escalating with the energy and the vibrational frequency of war, fighting. Imagine there was a time when we used our fists to try to defend ourselves or make a point maybe. Then we used stones and sticks. That's how we used to fight back in the day. Then gunpowder is invented, and then boom, 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 pew, pew. And then a nuclear bomb. And now we're talking about World War III. The numbers are so high. And my message today for leaders around the world: if God is sitting in your war room, what decision would you make? If you're sitting in God's remembrance, what decision would you make? I understand that the universe and the drama is made up of energy that is elevated, and I also know that the energy goes down. And so even though energy goes up or energy goes down, if I have the energy of God's light in me, I stay up. I don't go down. I want you to just for a moment pause with me and think about countries in the Middle East, United States of America, Africa in the Congos, Taiwan, and all these places around the world. Just saying, if you were sitting in that room with those leaders of those countries, and you have God in your heart, because you know how to remember God, especially at a time of need, what would you tell them? What would be your inspiration? What would they need to hear? The signal or feel the signal from God as to how to move through this challenging situation. One country wants this, the other country wants that. I want apples, you want oranges. Or maybe I want oranges, you want oranges, but nobody's willing to give in. And so there's a conflict because the ego is what's fighting with each other. What we're witnessing in the world is algae fighting with algae. When you are in your state of truth, and when you're in your purity, there will be no fighting. And it's not even that you will chase after religion, scriptures, or gurus. You will become the embodiment of God's child, filled with virtues and purity and peace. So today's discussion is how to remember this supreme energy. You've heard me say this before, whether you are in the Islamic branch, Christian, Judeo, Jewish, Buddhist, whether you're an atheist or agnostic. So far to date, if you explore history, there's no religion that can actually say, I own God. So you can't squeeze God in your religion and say, you are the chosen one, you are the one. It's not working. Your tribe, your religion is a geographical, cultural thing that you're born into. But your relationship with God, that's intimate. Everyone has access to this energy, even the worst person on the planet, if they have a moment, a glimpse of love in their being, they can remember God just for that moment. If you had tuned into my private program on near-death experiences, in that documentary, in that program, there were people who were atheist, agnostic, Jewish, Christian, who really had no relationship with God. And when they had an experience of leaving the body, the soul, they saw God, they felt God, they knew this energy of light just protruding through them. And they could feel that love that was melting everything that they were holding on to in that incarnation. How do we remember God? This morning I'm thinking about it when I woke up at 4, like, it's not a difficult thing to remember the one you love. Let's say, for example, I've mentioned to you about my boss who was drunk with power of ego. When I think of that person, what I pick up as a vibration coming back to me are all the negative things that she did to me, because what stands out for me in my relationship with her is how cruel she was. Now, I know she's not a cruel person, but when I would show up, she would not be her best. Something intimidated her about my presence. No matter how much I tried to dumb down who I thought I was, just so that she could be comfortable, it didn't work. It didn't work for me, and so it definitely didn't work for her. My capacity and potential was already preordained. There was nothing she could do to stop that. So let's say you think of a baby that's born 2 days old. What's the vibrations that you pick up from that? And let's say you didn't give birth, but this is your niece or your nephew, your friend. It's a different feeling. Let's say that you've got a best friend who you can tell anything to and feel safe. When you think of the person, you see their eyes, their body, their feature. Maybe you remember the moment or the circumstance when they said something to inspire you and you felt so comforted. That vibration has come into you. So when you think of a person that offered a negative exchange between you and them, you feel that vibration, right? When you think of a positive person who was thoughtful and caring, you feel the vibration of that, correct? Now let's transcend the human conditioning and the human form. In the teachings of Raja Yoga meditation, Baba says you must consider yourself a soul. When you consider yourself a soul, you drop all these layers of name, gender, title, role, religion, nationality, language, body, because the soul doesn't have that. The soul is a sentient being with incredible vibrations of feelings and thoughts that are very positive, sacred, original, truthful, kind, loving, liberating. When you are soul conscious, you are truthfully divine. And in order for you to possess an intimate and consistent link to God, who removes all your suffering, you've got to hold within you throughout the day moments of soul conscious feelings. And when you're soul conscious, all your thoughts and your vibrations are sacred and positive. And then when you think of God, who doesn't have a physical form, God who's in an extremely elevated consciousness, God who's the remover of sorrow and bestower of happiness, God who's your mother, father, teacher, friend, guru, beloved, companion, problem solver. Every time you think of that supreme energy, you will feel the vibrations of that being coming into you. You have felt God's vibration through some of His children, through their smiles. It's like we know a sister, when she smiles, she lights up the place. And we always tell her, smile more. That's the God in you. Somebody who has come to you when you're in a moment of need for help. When we were trying to get this space and finalize everything, it was so interesting who showed up to support. And even though we're in that state that we need support for our other projects, I just trust and know the right people will show up. You know why? I want to keep my thoughts, or I do as much as I can, keep my thoughts positive and optimistic. I know this is God's task. All will be well. And I mean it. The right souls come forth and support and donate to our projects so we can do more of this kind of work to inspire people to be better citizens and not declare war on each other. We have to remember this Supreme Being more and more if we're going to remove the algae, anger, lust, greed, attachment, ego, jealousy, competition, comparison, judgment. It goes on and on. If you don't remove that algae, oh wow. The tail of other issues that follow are no less. Your remembrance of the divine right now, whether you call it Shiva, Allah, Jehovah, Khuda, Bhagwan, God, Krishna, Paramatma, whatever it is, it's your time now to have an intimate, consistent connection to Source. The world will become peaceful if we remember Baba more. Don't you want peace? Peace in your marriage, peace with your family, peace with your friends, peace at work, peace in your city, peace with your neighbors, peace in your country. We have to get this message out. It's time to remember God. Not a Christian God, not a Muslim God, not a Catholic God, not a Jewish God, not a Hindu God. God, the Supreme Father of all souls, who does not care what your religious standings are, who doesn't care if you've been a sinner or a saint, who doesn't care if you're succeeding or failing, but he cares when he says, use me. Your life will be so much easier. Just talk to me now. Bring me into your decisions. Don't push me aside. Use me. I'm here. So it's so important to remember this supreme power, knowing that his energy, her energy, is constantly bestowing on you 24/7. You just have to have the understanding. I'm a soul. God is the supreme being of energy. He's constantly sending rays of vibrational love that heals me and will heal the world. And eventually we start to look like faces of the divine. Everywhere we go, we'll feel like we're putting hope. We're bringing hope to wherever we go. I have the face of God. We just need to see proof that God exists. Enjoy this beautiful song by my friend Karen Drucker and some eyes, drishtis from yogis. Settle in. Look at your screen right now and enjoy feeling the vibrations of love from these very pure beings.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Tu es l'image de Dieu. I hold you in my heart. Tu es l'image de l'amour. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Tu sei la luce di Dio. I hold you in my heart. Tu sei il volto dell'amore. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the You are the face of God, the face of God. I hold you in my heart, you are a part of me, You are the face of God, the face of God. You are the face of God. Eres la luz de Dios. I hold you in my heart. Eres la cara del
amor. There's nothing more comforting than meeting people whose eyes have a sense of love that is pure and unconditional for you. And that can only happen to you as a personality if throughout the day you make God a very big part of your life. I'm not talking about a religious God, I'm just talking about the one that created you. I'm talking about that supreme power that put love and power in you, that make mystical things happen, that give you the energy to build your family, to create a company, to destroy something that's not working for you, but to build it even better than it was before. What I mean by destroying, outside, I've got to take up the garden and remove all of the walkway because it's getting bad, it's not good, and I remove it to put something better down. I don't destroy it and then leave it there for somebody else to do it. Finish my work. It's time to remember God. It's time to remember your worth, your value. Why you're here is not to be miserable or scared or creating conflict with each other. You're here to, it's such a beautiful existence. If you can live in happiness and joy and curiosity, you're going to have down moments, but you don't stay down. Those downs sometimes is to pull you up. When we were kids, we used to have slingshots, and we would go pull back as far back as we could and go boom, and it would go further. The further I pulled back the string, the further away the stone went. What does our awakening intelligence say, Santosh? What does, I know the world calls it AI. I call it the awakened intelligence. What does the chat say, Santosh, in terms of how to remember God? What is the method to remember the divine? So they say remembering God can be deeply personal and varies widely depending on one's beliefs and practices, right? Prayer and meditation, regular prayer or meditation can help maintain a connection with the divine. That's why in Raja Yoga meditation, it's a consistent everyday practice. This might involve specific prayers, chanting, silent reflection aimed at feeling closer to the divine. You could read sacred text. Many find it helpful to read and study religious scriptures or spiritual writings. And that's what gets to me. If you're reading the scriptures or if you're listening to something elevated, why are you launching bombs on each other? I just don't get it. So when you read scriptures and sacred texts, it's supposed to help you launch love on each other, not hurt each other. You can attend religious service. Community is an important way of trying to help you to remember God. That's a good one. So reading sacred text, being in community, attending religious services, participating in community worship, mindfulness and contemplation throughout the day can help you to recognize the presence of the divine in your everyday life. Here's a great one. Acts of service. Acts of service, engaging in acts of kindness and service is a way to honor God's teachings and feel a deeper connection to the divine. This is lovely, huh? Who would think that this chat GPT will have such a nice way of looking at how we remember the divine? Yeah, they've picked up all of our questions and thoughts online. They've been tracking, so they sort of know us really well. So let's hear what our Avyakt means beyond this world. When you're really living from a higher state of consciousness, what the Avyakt signal is today, which has been offered to us every morning after our advanced classes in the Brahma Kumaris. Even if you don't think that someone's ideas are very clear or good, don't say no immediately. Always let the words Haji, yes, indeed, yes, my lord, emerge. Like, yeah, I hear you. I respect what you've offered from your heart. Let me think about that. You can then offer a signal to someone at an appropriate time. But if you instantly cut someone off by saying no, 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 there will be a conflict between the both of you. Therefore, prepare the field of consciousness by saying, yes, it sounds like it could work. It could work maybe, but let's just give it some time, and let's just see if maybe we can find also some more ideas. So you say yes, you give that respect and time by signaling them that your concern about the idea was like this at the appropriate time. If you practice dealing with each other like this, you will harmonize your sanskars with each other, which means you'll be able to accept each other for what you are and how you are. So let's go online and look at all of our friends and see what's going on. How is everyone doing? Hello, Jyotika, Om Shanti, Divya, Baba. I love your little title, Divya Baba, Baba Divya. I love you, Sister Jenna. Oh, your heart is so beautiful. We love you too, Divya. Hi, Jyoti. Hi, Age Divine Treatment. Om Shanti. Anita, Om Shanti. Thank you so much for all of your seva yesterday. It was lovely to have you. And so, Shobha Ben, thanks for joining on. It's so lovely to have our community back again live like we used to during the pandemic. Dinesh, good to have you. Ebba, Ebstore, good. D-Rise, David, Om Shanti, Brother David. Sentilbai, good morning. Lots of good wishes and pure feelings to each and every one of you. And I hope that these little nuggets early in the morning will help to set the tone for your mental space. So remember, in order for you to constantly carry your remembrance of God, the Divine, keep your consciousness pure. Be so conscious. Even if things are not working well, you've got to find the benefit in that moment that you're going through. You've got to find the good. Then go to Baba. And then take power from God, knowing He's constantly sending power to help you to move forward. That's it. But you've got to find moments of goodness within your journey. Thank you so much for joining us today. Enjoy your day fully. Please, just no matter what you go through or who says what, I get it. You can shake it off a little bit, but just get up. Don't stay down. Get up. This is your time. Take care.
Sweet divine, you know my soul in intimate light. You guide me with a map of signs. Let me know that it's all right. It's all right. Sweet divine, when we speak in deepest prayer, in the silence feel you there, like you're always so aware of me. In these conversations, you help me see the way. These conversations, my unique offering. These conversations, the healing that is mine to claim. Oh, sweet divine. forgotten how to listen. Do